Coronado Elementary School has taken on a project with intention of presenting to the city a then and now mural celebrating the history of the school before its closure in 1975 and its current place in the city as a dual language school. Here with more on the mural and how they're getting a large part of the community involved is Mercy Allred. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Okay, so let's go back to this. It closed in 1975, but it recently reopened.
Yes, in 2006, Coronado Elementary opened its doors to students in the whole city, actually, and it became a magnet school. And that means that people like me who live on the west side can send our kids to Coronado Elementary to learn English and Spanish.
That's great. So it's kind of like a rebirth
Yes,
of the school.
absolutely.
Now, what we were talking about while Kristen was doing her weather is that this is now a dual language school.
That's
but
right.
back before, its closure, Spanish was kind of forbidden in that school.
Yeah, I don't know that it was forbidden, but it was not encouraged at all.
Okay.
And it was just a normal elementary school, neighborhood school. We're in the middle of the Barelas neighborhood.
Right.
There's a lot of Spanish speakers even to this day. When I went and distributed flyers, they wanted a Spanish flyer at the church in the Barelas community.
Okay.
So now we're there in the middle of Barelas community, and there's this beautiful school that celebrates both languages.
And I think that was the case for a lot of schools, back then. I know when my father went to school, his first language was Spanish, but it was really encouraged, or I guess discouraged to speak Spanish, more encouraged to only speak English.
That's
so
right.
he was held back a few years
Wow.
because, he couldn't speak English fluently.
Wow.
So that's kind of impressive that now this is opened.
Yes.
And it's completely different than what it was back in maybe the 1960s.
Yes, and we want to give our students that part of the history of Coronado. Now they have this gorgeous state-of-the-art school, and we celebrate Spanish, but we don't want to focus on the negative side. We want to focus on the positive side of Coronado back then and what life was like, and the teachers and the alumni coming in. And whenever I talk to people that went to Coronado, I can tell that there's a glimmer in their eye because there's a special place in their heart for that school because it made a difference in that generation.
And is that all going to be incorporated in this mural?
That's right.
Okay.
And that's what we want to do. We want to do a then and now piece where the alumni back in the day will come and talk to us about what life was like, and now our students will have a part in that too and tell us what life is like now at Coronado and what we value as a community at Coronado today.
So while you have some artists that are involved in this, you're also going to allow input from the children to kind of influence what the mural is going to look like.
That's right. Joe Stevenson is our muralist. He's a very famous muralist that lives here in Albuquerque, and he has taken on the project. He's a great guy, and he works with children as well. And that was our goal with this mural, was that every child in our school would have a part, that they would actually grab a brush and a pencil and work on the mural, but have the direction of a muralist that is really talented at what he does.
Now, you mentioned to get input not only from the kids, but from the community, you guys are holding is it kind of like a special meeting or kind of maybe a briefing sit together?
Yes. What we want to do is invite everybody that went to Coronado School before its closure in 1975 and ask them to come tomorrow at 3 p.m. We're going to be meeting in our school library.
Okay.
And asking them just to see, for the muralists to know what the school was like back then, and to get that information for the first half of the piece.
Okay, again, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 3 p.m.
at
Coronado.
the school.
That's right.
Okay, so obviously you've been to the school, you know where it's at.
It's 4th and Iron.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much
Good luck
for the
with the
privilege.
mural. Sounds like a great project.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. For more on Coronado Elementary's Then and Now mural, you can go to our website, KRQE.com. Click under KRQE links. Again, they're going to have a meeting tomorrow at the school, 3 p.m. We'll be right back.